Good morning, children. Today we will study about double circulation. You know what is double circulation? When the blood flows through the heart at the same time, it is known as double circulation. It is going towards the lungs and it is going towards the body. When it goes towards the lungs, it is known as pulmonary circulation. And when it moves towards the body parts, it is known as systemic circulation. So double circulation is one of the very important part of the birds and mammals because it helps in maintaining the temperature. Quick supply of oxygen is to the various parts of the body. Now let us study about it, how it occurs. So what is double circulation? When blood circulates twice through the heart is known as double circulation. It consists of pulmonary circulation, heart to lungs, and systemic circulation, heart to body tissues. See what happens in the pulmonary circulation. If you remember, from your right ventricle, the blood will go to the lungs through pulmonary artery. In lungs, what will happen? Exchange of gases will take place. Third point, the deoxygenated blood will become oxygenated. Fourth point, now the oxygenated blood will reach the left atrium through pulmonary veins. There are two pairs of pulmonary veins, one pair from each lung. So this is your pulmonary circulation. The deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle is pumped to the lungs through right and left pulmonary artery. The blood vessels which come out from the ventricles are known as arteries, and which enter the auricles or atrium are known as veins. So again, what will happen in the lungs? Exchange of gases takes place. The blood becomes oxygenated. The oxygenated blood passes to the left atrium through two pulmonary veins from each lung. Now systemic circulation is from your left ventricle, the blood passes through aorta. From aorta will branch into arteries, and arteries into small arterioles, and arterioles will branch into capillaries, and these capillaries will transport blood to the tissues where exchange of gases will take place. Then small capillaries will collect the deoxygenated blood, will change into venules, venules will change into veins, and vein will change into vena cava, and through vena cava the blood will again come back to your right atrium. See, the oxygenated blood from left ventricle passes to different body parts through aorta. Here again exchange of gases take place. The blood becomes deoxygenated. This deoxygenated blood is again emptied into the right atrium through superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava are the blood vessels which bring blood from the upper part of the body, and inferior vena cava bring blood from the lower part of the body. So the systemic circulation carries oxygen and nutrients to body tissues and removes carbon dioxide and other waste from the tissues. See, again, this is in the form of a flowchart. Now, what is the importance of double circulation? Very important, children. Higher blood pressure is maintained because both the sides of your ventricles and auricles are pumping blood at the same time, which we have studied in the cardiac cycle. Both the auricles contract together and pump blood to the ventricles. Then both the ventricles pump blood, and from one side it will go to lungs, and from the other side it will go to your body parts. So greater flow of blood to the tissues. So the tissues get more supply of blood. So creates more pressure to pump the blood around the whole body system. There is a separation of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. This is why mammals can maintain their body temperature, because mammals need a lot of energy to maintain their body temperature. They are known as warm blooded animals, apes and mammals. because their body temperature always remains same. It does not depend on the outside body temperature. Outside temperature may be 0 degree Celsius, then also your body temperature will remain similar, 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. And if it is very hot also, the temperature will remain same. So for this double circulation is important. The animals like fishes, amphibia, reptiles, they are cold-blooded animals. Their body temperature fluctuates according to the surroundings. So warm-blooded animals are birds and mammals because they have double circulation, which provides them sufficient amount of oxygen, and this oxygen is needed for providing energy, and this energy is utilized for maintaining the body temperature. So this is very important part of double circulation. Now second circulation is portal circulation. What is portal circulation, children? Portal means a port. Port means where, if you will see in a seaport, all the ships come to at one place. First let us see what is the definition. A vein which collects blood from one organ by one set of capillaries and distributes the blood to some other organ by another set of capillaries instead of sending it to the heart, is called portal circulation. Now let's see with the diagram. Children, what happens now when your arteries take blood from the aorta will divide into a number of arteries, and arteries will go to different organs and divide into capillaries, provide the oxygen, then these capillaries collect deoxygenated blood and they change into veins, which I had shown you in the systemic circulation. But in portal circulation, what happens? If you will see, the arteries which are going to your alimentary canal, maybe stomach, spleen, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, the arteries are going there, dividing into capillaries, providing all the nutrients. They are taking the nutrients from the digestive system, providing it oxygen, and then when they collect, they do not meet with the vein, but where are they going? They are going to the liver. So this is called portal system. So the vein which is collecting all the nutrients from the digestive system, and then it reaches your liver. Liver is very important part of the body. See, one artery is going directly to the liver also, but from these organs, the veins are going to the liver, providing it nutrients. Then when they collect, that is known as hepatic vein, and then that will meet the vena cava. So portal system means all the organs of the alimentary canal, the blood vessels which will come from there, the veins which are coming, instead of meeting the vena cava, first they will go to the liver. So this is known as portal system, and from the liver all the nutrients are provided to the liver. If there are some toxic substances, they will be neutralized, and then from the liver it will go through the hepatic venule or hepatic vein, and then it will meet the vena cava, and from vena cava it will reach the heart. So this is known as portal system. So capillary blood vessels are not going directly from an organ to the vein, but they are going from one organ to the other organ. That is known as portal system. See, hepatic portal. Hepatic means liver. So hepatic portal vein receives a number of small veins from the different regions of the digestive tract. Did you see in the diagram? All the organs of the digestive. So it enters into liver and breaks into capillaries. So blood from liver is carried by a pair of hepatic vein into inferior vena cava. So portal system means when the blood capillaries are going from one organ and then they are going to another organ instead of going and meeting the vena cava, that is portal system. Now what is the importance? brings absorbed food from alimentary canal such as glucose, amino acids, removes waste products like urea, and carries blood proteins produced in the liver. So this is the importance of portal system. Thank you.